Hello and welcome to week 6, our final week in the Guild of the Rose class, How to Build Deep and Wide Social Networks. And today we will be focusing on the final phase of becoming a best friend or a very close friend with someone, as well as intergroup dynamics. Unlike the previous phases, where certain steps were necessary to meet the minimum thresholds to become, say, someone's acquaintance or someone's casual friend, going from a friend to a close friend to a best friend is something that can't really be gained. There's a reason that on average it takes 737 hours to reach this point. That is because to reach this level, what you are really telling someone is, I will be there for you, no matter what happens and through the ups and downs of life. And generally, if you've spent more than 737 hours with someone, you have both believed that, whether it's explicitly said or not. Now, given that fact, what is more important to think about at this level, or at least that requires more thought, is group dynamics. In our previous video, we talked about the act of forging a friend group through a common experience. An important part to realize is you will probably be making a group chat for that event, whatever that weekend that you planned was. If it is possible, after you are done, rename the chat and use it as a casual space to throw memes and links and ideas that reference the shared experience. What will happen is over time, this will end up being the nexus point of your group dynamic. And what will kind of transpire at that point is the friendship kind of goes on autopilot. You don't need to put in as much effort at this point, because what you will see is maybe friends 1 and 3 who have met each other decide they want to become closer and do some kind of group activity, and they'll invite everyone else along. So instead of you needing to initiate every step, instead you can kind of take a step back. Now, a lot of people will be perfectly happy here. And at this point, you have managed to probably have in about 6 months, 3 to 5 close friends, which puts you far above the average person in a Western society in 2022. But we can go at least one step further. It might be tempting to stop here, but I would recommend that you actually repeat this entire process all the way from the beginning 2 more times. While this sounds exhausting, what you will end up with is 3 separate nodes of friends. And the reason you want to do this is, 1, for your own emotional resilience. For example, sometimes friend groups just break up from drama that you had no part of. 2 people start dating and then they break up. Maybe one person screws over another person on money. And intergroup drama can be pretty heartbreaking and devastating if there's no way to resolve the issue. If you have 2 other groups you can kind of rely on and move to, it gives you the emotional space of not having all your friends in one basket, that allows you to be a calm and impartial person when people need you to be, as well as giving you a healthy boundary and distance. The second benefit of doing this is you can choose at this point which people from which node to introduce to each other. And as you do so, the social web you are creating becomes more vibrant and interlinked with you at the center. This will provide dividends later as you can start bringing people together who will in turn think of you and throw opportunities your way. The last piece of advice I have for you is, when you have created your friend network, don't just assume that because you've done something once that it's tied forever. Maybe the best thing to help your individual friendship nodes and the entire friend network is try to develop some yearly or bi-yearly traditions. Go camping with each other at the same place every year, or do a trip at the same time. People are very powerfully motivated by tradition, and tradition is just one step up above inside jokes and personal memes. It's a way of binding your group together about the best parts of your friendship and relationship, and it helps remind you about why you want to be with these people. For more info on this class or any others, please check out our website at theguildoftherose.org.